I'm not afraid to be wrong. Like, I just think being wrong is overrated in the North American philosophy. We really, look, there are certain times where you can't be wrong. If you're a pilot, you can't be wrong, right?
Or a surgeon.
I get that. Or if you're, no, it's not true. Actually, surgeons make mistakes all the time. They leave, utensils or whatever, not utensils, but the things inside the people's bodies. I mean, but I get how certain professions need to value the sort of like the binary distinction of right and wrong. But I think for most of us, it's really sort of like you're either learning or you're not learning. And I think right now, we create too much of a God complex around being right. And we don't celebrate enough like the fun process of iterating, and being able to be in the grind with people and like laugh when things don't work. That it's not like the end of the world. So I think to me, that's probably the single biggest thing that people have to get comfortable with, which is just you're learning. And you either care about that or you don't. If you're a good entrepreneur, we were talking about this in the green room, nobody should grow up to be an entrepreneur. I'm sorry, that's ridiculous. You should grow up to be really angry about something in your life that you want to fix or change to make better. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because then all of a sudden, you're not going to give up when something doesn't work, when something is wrong. You're just going to keep working at it because it's learning. But that mindset is only possible in that context. So I don't know, I just think that's a really important thing to really internalize.
Business strategy has to be fundamentally different. And what do I mean by that? If you are in the business of being a parasite on top of Google, your medium-term and long-term prospects are terrible. You're an impaired company. You don't know it. If you haven't figured out how to be unique, you're in a really tough situation. If you're a unique company that's increasingly become more competitive and similar to everybody else, you're running towards the Google buzzsaw versus away from it. And so, travel is really interesting because it is one of the few canaries in the coal mine about what their true long-term business goals and strategy and real issues are. And you see it play out with, TripAdvisor and Expedia. Some part of it is misexecution, as we talked about, some part of it, but it can be a bunch of things. But at the core of it is a decision that they will capture the overwhelming majority of profit in the travel sector.
Evolution starts in evolution. So you could have the biggest, craziest, audacious idea in the world, but unless you can put one foot in front of the other and make that first step, you're screwed and none of it matters. And again, all it does is it may allow you to, wrap yourself in some really elegant rhetoric. Maybe it allows you to, be really followed on Twitter and appear at tech conference. None of that matters. All of that crap washes out in the end. Because if you suck, you suck.
Right.
And you may be articulate, but if you suck, it don't matter. And you'll be revealed to be a sham. What matters there is, again, it's just that ability to understand what that first specific set of things need to be with that broader, bigger goal in mind. But if you can't put your first foot in front of the other, and what's amazing? Most people can't because they get wrapped up in the rhetoric of the vision and the mission and all of this, grandiose, blobbity-blying, that they screw up and they're their own worst enemies. I like revolution, I like disruption,
right.
But I'm skeptical that things start that way. I think things, let's just say ultimately 5 years from now, we look back and we think that there was a massive sea change politically in the Arab world because of the Arab Spring. That fruit vendor self-immolated because he was frustrated. Now, maybe he started a revolution, but that took courage to do what he did. That's not right nor wrong, in my opinion. But my point is, that's an example of how a revolution started with a small, or not a small thing, it was a big thing, but one thing that was tractable within him. And I think these broad-based kind of gnarly expressions of how all of these huge, crazy things can happen, they happen over many, 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 many years. These are massive tectonic plates. it all boils down to one person doing one thing. And I think that for a lot of people, that's hard still.
Thank you for watching today's video. This channel is brought to you by hopelify.org to inspire you to become the very best that you are designed to be. Remember, a few simple keys, mastered and consistently applied, are often all we need to excel in each area of life. You can help make this channel even better in 3 simple ways. 1. Subscribe to receive more videos. 2. Leave a comment below to let me know what resonates with you from today's video. Or 3. Suggest a topic for a video that you will like for us to feature on this channel. Visit hopelify.org to post your own inspirational content.